Quiet, please. Rolling. Speed. Good.
Yeah.
All right, lock it up. And
I'm not ashamed to say that I have an agenda, but my enemy has an agenda also. So I make no apologies.
I'm a photographer, a photojournalist.
When you're fighting the good fight, apologies aren't necessary.
Okay, if celebrities want a private life, then they shouldn't become famous in the first place.
I'm not one who believes in curtailing freedoms, but it seems like something really should be done to curtail the paparazzi's behavior.
Michael and his family and all of us have been through this awful thing.
All I know is my mom called me because Michael was producing another project, you know? I mean, I'm trying to produce a project too. Michael's, you know, does that with ease, and this one he wanted to do, and I was to respond because Michael got in trouble again.
My career has never been driven by the paparazzi. It's always been driven by the work.
Well, I didn't really have any dealings with the paparazzi before. You know, I was in a paparazzi-free zone.
I didn't create the system, but I'm smart enough to know that these celebrities wouldn't last 10 seconds without it.
I'm kind of a private guy compared to people that invite cameras into their house for some kind of reality show.
They all fight tooth and nail to make it. And on the way up, if they get their picture or mention in the back of some rag, doing a bit part in some crappy play, then they're fucking beside themselves.
But I'm not such a private guy when it comes to publicity and interviews and things like that. But I do have things in my personal life that I need to protect.
But once they hit the big time, then they're all private, and they don't owe anybody anything. Everything's changed. That's bullshit.
You know, it wasn't easy for me when I started out. I was pretty green. In fact, I didn't really know what the hell I was doing. But I always knew the publicity was part of the process, and I'm a process-oriented guy.
The truth is, you know, Michael started this machine, okay? And it snowballed and it built momentum just like I said it would. But my voice is not quite as loud as Michael's in our family. So, you know, I sat back and I just watched the train wreck.
I'm inspired by making films. And I know that press junkets and interviews and press conferences and personal appearances and autographs and things like that I know they're part of the whole thing.
But you know what? I don't really seek out the press, whereas Michael, there was a story in one of those rags about like his snake escaping in his office. I don't know that he really has a live snake in the office, first of all. And also I know that he placed that story. You know, he loves that. He loves, well, he used to, loves the tabloid press.
You know, tabloids speculating on something, that's okay too, but there's one thing I can't live with. It's a flat-out lie.
And that's why you made this documentary?
That's why, but I'm doing it, but I had help. I had a little help.
State your name, please. For
Hilt. Dexter Hilt.
Dexter Hilt? Dexter Hilt is an opportunistic, a-hole. And yeah, I know things turned out okay for us, but it was in spite of that idiot, not because of him.
I guess I can understand Dexter's desire to advance his career, but I never thought he would betray me. And Mark. We were a team.
I mean, we weren't some unbreakable team. I mean, we did Deadly Veneer together, and yeah, I won it. That doesn't mean we're married, you know? See, I got hired by Michael, sort of a package deal with Mark and Jackie. If that hadn't happened, any one of us were just as likely to move on to something bigger with or without each other.
Oh, my agent called me, told me that Michael Madsen wanted to have a meeting with, you know, I think he said something like those kids that did that Deadly Veneer documentary that won. Well, that's what got me my agent. So I tried not to take offense at those kids' comment. And I called Jackie and Dexter and agreed to the meeting.
Well, I'm not the type to get all starstruck, but I have to admit it was pretty cool. I mean, Michael fucking Madsen. His Malibu Beach House, his producing partner. I mean, plenty of beer, full spread of food. I mean, he had this bird and dogs and his kids running around. It was like a scene right out of the movies, man. It was great. It was like art imitating life, life imitating art, I mean, all that good stuff. It was good, man.
I got into documentary filmmaking to make a difference. I feel that we accomplished that with Deadly Veneer. When Mr. Madsen first pitched his concept to us, to basically stalk Dant, I was appalled. I knew that Dant had been writing those things about Mr. Madsen, how he supposedly murdered that woman. At first, I thought it was Mr. Madsen's way of getting revenge, and I did not want any part of it.
Yeah, well, the three of us talked about it after we met with Michael, and Jackie kept saying it was nothing but revenge, but that didn't bother me at all. Matter of fact, I can get behind that more than anything else.
But I don't know, the more I thought about it, the more I felt we could view both sides of the equation. We could explore and do it justice. I was wrong.
Michael went into this project, I think, with the idea of revenge. And I think it proved a lot that I'd always suspected. That revenge is not justice. That justice is not the truth. And the truth is whatever you really believe it to be.
Maybe we should start at the beginning. You know, I remember when I got off the plane, when I first came to LA, I had a motorcycle jacket on and motorcycle boots, you know. And that was me. And I didn't realize it was a Halloween costume for, you know, a lot of folks.
He had raw talent, good looks, charisma.
They sent me on an audition for a television show called St. Elsewhere. And I was late for the damn thing. And so when I went, I was in my gas station. I was in my 76 stuff, man. My blue shirt, my pants, white. You know, I had my shit on. I had to go straight there. I was way late. And so I went in and I sat there and I read with the casting director. It was the first time in my life I had ever auditioned for anything. You know, you have the piece of paper and you got to say the things and look at the person, and it's very awkward. You know, it's really awkward. Anyway, I got the part.
He got it. He got the first thing he auditioned for.
When my agent called to say that I got the part, he said he was laughing on the phone, and I said, "What's so funny?" And he said, "Well, the casting director said that it was brilliant that you came in as a working class guy, dressed as a working class guy." I was like, oh, okay.
But he was by no means an overnight success. Michael worked his ass off to get to where he is now. He auditioned constantly, took almost anything he could book, got noticed in the smaller roles, and little by little, he got bigger, better parts. And that's about the time when I first stepped up at the agency and we started working together.
I met Michael on the set of Kill Bill just before we were about to do our scene together. And he pulled me aside. We were in the middle of a desert. And he said, "What do you think about God? And what can I do about the kind of world that it looks like my kids are going to grow up into?" And I gave him, you know, the easiest answers I could, which wasn't much, I guess. And I realized right away that Michael's a really good guy and a really good actor.
He's kind, he's gentle. He's a gentle giant, really, you know? And, I mean, his bad boy image is just that.
He's big. Big, good-looking guy. Friendly, good company. Talented. A good poet. Good guy.
You know, on screen, Michael is a really tough guy, and Michael is a really tough guy, but Michael is one of the most benevolent, righteous people I've ever met.
Everyone has nice stories to tell about Michael. You know, every set that I'm on, somebody comes up and is like, "Oh, I work with your brother," and brother's so great. He's so funny. And you know, and so I tell Michael, and, you know, he even remembers their name. I mean, who does that? These are people on the crew.
It's a much easier career to maintain and manage. Way easier than the overnight successes, if you can believe it. He's proven that he won't burn out and fade away. That means bankability and staying power, both domestically and abroad. All I have to do is sit back and cherry pick the offers. Don't tell him I said so. He'll cut my percentage. He will, too. He really will.
With any role, it's all about the craft. It's all about getting involved in the character without being self-conscious, with being conscious of not being self-conscious, if that makes any sense. It's all about the focus, keeping yourself in character. I like Thelma and Louise, I like Reservoir Dogs, I like Donnie Brasco, I like even Free Willy. I mean, I don't really know. I think longevity is what I'm after, you know?
Showbiz. My opinion. It's like everything else, it's what is. Everything to me, the whole existence, the consciousness on the planet is a movie. And it's already in a can. So it's all one big movie, all of it. Your life, I'm not in charge, and nobody's in charge.
In a lot of ways, I don't really like where I'm at right now. I never really counted on this much fame. You know, I mean, it got to the point where I couldn't even walk down the street without 100 pictures of me being taken. And I've always been completely honest about who I am, about the partying and about everything. I mean, how much more honest can a person be, even after laying it all bare? The tabloid press, they still keep making stuff up.
So maybe he did have problems. Who doesn't? You do, I do, cameraman does, crack whore on the street does. The point is, you put anybody's life under a microscope, hello, it's going to come off scandalous.
They'll interview somebody for 45 minutes, and at some point, the guy will say something that could be taken out of context and make it look bad, and that's all they'll use.
Like when you're going to premieres, you're going to public events and stuff like that, it's fine. Like, no, I don't think any actors, any musicians have a problem with dealing with paparazzi.
It's almost like sometimes the better you do, the worse it becomes, because they see something good and they just want more and more and more and more.
I've had people parking outside of my house for days and on end, so they know when I'm coming and going, who's there, when I'm alone. It can be dangerous, and it can feel very threatening.
I know it's been said before, and it might be a cliche, but, you know, being famous is not all just easy living and kicking back. Sometimes it's pretty damn tough.
I know that sometimes when one becomes famous, they say that your life is open to the world. You want to know something? It isn't.
But this one thing, it just brought my outrage to a whole nother level. I did not kill Vanessa Rappaport. I met that girl one time, once. She was a background atmosphere in a film I did. She was background extra in a picture I worked on, okay? I said hello to her. She's nice, she was sweet, she was a nice little girl. All I did was say hello, that's all it was. And I told the cops that. And they believed me, and they were cool.
There's no way. Michael would come to me and say, what the hell do I do about this? And he'd tell me if he did it. Because he knows that I'd take care of him no matter what he did.
I wouldn't put it past Michael to have some involvement with all of this. Now, I know then it went too far and it became something else. But in the beginning, you know, just not having spoken to Michael in a while, you know, I really didn't know anything about this until suddenly it was like headline news.
The person responsible for that is Dad. Billy Dad.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Mr. Dan, we'd like to interview you, find out what it takes to be the top reporter.
Right. Who are you guys? Did sales send you guys?
Dance Rag. The Rag. Printed the now infamous story. Michael Madsen, the murderer. Michael Madsen, the murderer. Okay, Dad, yeah. Vanessa Rappaport, yeah. I killed her.
A lot of people just, you know, like the idea of the story, almost like it was a good story that maybe he killed this girl.
Anyway, I knew that I had to do something.
Number of occasions. Now, will you admit to that?
Madsen the murderer. Okay. It's so ridiculous. I can't even believe I have to defend myself against this. Oh, come on, give me a break. I'm not going to dignify that with an answer. For the last time, I did not kill Vanessa Rappaport. Have you ever killed anyone, Sugar Tits? Ladies and gentlemen, do your homework. Are you going to let the and Billy Dant give you all your information? Come on! Give me a fucking break!
Right here, Madsen. And I did do my homework. Now I've got a question for you.
That's the game you clowns
play. Why don't you be that big, brave, tough guy that you pretend to be in all your movies and just confess that you killed Vanessa Rappaport?
Against something that I didn't do.
Can't answer
you don't
that
have
one?
any evidence.
Taking legal action against Billy Dan?
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Where are you going? Where's the body, Madsen? Huh? Where's the body?
Why don't you shut up?
You killed Vanessa Rappaport! You killed Vanessa Rappaport!
Your lies! And you're gonna find out! You're gonna find out who I am.
Oh, you're gonna kill me too?
The thing is, it wasn't even a murder investigation. The girl was missing, yeah, but there was no evidence of a murder, for Christ's sake. But you know as well as I do that if someone blows that whistle loud enough and long enough, it becomes the new hot topic. Am I right?
Well, in this particular case, it's just been brutal for our family. The harassment has been incredible, and it's been exceedingly difficult.
What do you think they'll say about it? Mr. Dan, right here! Are you worried about the jury involved in that? No. Mr. Dan, what are you worried today? Come on.
I thought we had a rock-solid case against Dant and the for defamation of character. I had no doubt in my mind when we filed suit we were going to win. We were going to send a message to all the tabloids who stooped to yellow journalism. The trial, of course, was a field day, even for the legitimate media. What a disaster. The way the liberal world works today, everyone's afraid to take a stand. The judge upheld the First Amendment rights, even though they had consented that they had printed sensational headlines. But the judgment was that they had used creative punctuation in those headlines and vague enough wording in the article itself to get away with it.
It seems like that trial was, there was probably some other factors involved that skewed it in a weird direction.
I guess the First Amendment means that you can print whatever you want about somebody, even if it isn't true.
In defamation cases with public figures, there's a higher burden of proof, and it's very difficult to make a case against the media in particular, particularly when the alleged defamer uses words like alleged.
I think he was robbed. I don't know who paid somebody something or what went on, but he should have won that. I mean, I'd say for sure this is libel.
The problem we had in this case was, of course, the higher standards required for the defamation laws vis-a-vis a public figure when that public figure sues a media entity.
Yeah, it was total bullshit.
You know, it got to the point where I realized that the more you defend yourself, the more guilty you seem. Even in this documentary, where I wanted truth to be the main character, it turned into a balancing act of what to say and what not to say. So I guess I figured I'd just let happen what's gonna happen, and just let be what's gonna be. And truly, let Dant walk a mile in my boots.
You know, what Michael's doing is just simply bringing more attention. I mean, he's just pouring fuel on flames, but that's just my opinion. I mean, I think that had he not responded, it may have just sort of gone away, you know, but that's just my opinion. It's not the way I would have handled things, but it's, you know, it's Michael. It's Michael logic.
And that's when I got the idea to turn the tables on Dant, to turn it around, give him a taste of his own medicine. So I went out and hired my documentary filmmakers.
When Mr. Madsen first pitched his concept to us to basically stalk Dant, I was appalled.
With a guaranteed budget, how could I say no? I spent years scrounging for finishing funds for Deadly Veneer. I didn't want to do that again.
I admit, I needed the money. And that's what pumps my hips, you know what I mean? But this being the exception, documentary filmmaking hardly pays the bills. And you don't have the control like you do with the narrative, you know, with the shots, the lighting, the whole look. You know, docs are never about the image or the picture, it's just talking heads. You know? What are we at, like a medium close-up right now? Yeah, well, you know. I mean, I don't care what Mark and Jackie say. At the end of the day, all documentary filmmakers really just want to make features anyway. It's true.
My goal has always been to get to, like, a Ken Burns position. You know, where the money's always there, just waiting for your next idea. I figured this was the next step for me. A big step.
Yeah, we turned the tables on Billy Dant, just like Mr. Madsen wanted. But they got turned on us, too. We didn't do unto others like we should have, so I got what I deserved. I take full responsibility for my part in it all. But hopefully, submitting to this interview, I'll get my chance to clean the slate. But of course, who knows how all of this will turn out. I guess that's up to you, or whoever edits this travesty.
So do you know what he looks like?
Of course, don't you?
Probably.
Yeah, I can spot him.
There's too much glare.
It'll be fine.
There's a lot of noise out here,
Got time to put on a
guys.
filter?
Don't worry about it, you guys.
There he is.
Do we need to get releases if anyone else gets in the
Don't
shot?
be an idiot, Dexter. Shoot first, ask questions later.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Mr. Dant, we'd like to interview you. Find out what it takes to be the top reporter.
Right. Who are you guys? Did sales send you guys?
No, we're documentarians. We want to Deadly Veneer, the evils of the vinyl siding industry.
I'm sorry, man. I never saw it. I never.
Well, just a few minutes, Mr. Dant. It would be a great help to us.
You know, I'm in a bit of a hurry, man.
Look, Mr. Dant, we got lucky. It's just trying to keep the momentum going. I mean, you remember what it was like when you were first starting out, don't you?
Well, what could it hurt, right? But just a few minutes.
Great.
Where do you want me?
Right up here. Come up here. Stand up. Okay, first question. What's your definition of tabloid media? Do you see it as news or entertainment?
First, the term tabloid is largely misused.
Define it for us.
Simply put, it means greatly condensed or shortened, as in abbreviated news.
True, but that's only part of Webster's. Isn't it also defined as lurid and vulgar, characterized by sensationalism?
What's the basis of this documentary? You guys doing a comparative study of journalism or something like that?
Do you think people in your profession are treated unfairly by the celebrities that you publicize?
Yeah, I definitely think we're treated unfairly.
How so?
Well, I think any publicity is good publicity. If you read a person's name enough times, you won't forget it. That doesn't really hurt anyone, especially not the people I'm dealing with.
So what you're saying is you feel justified in invading people's privacy. I mean, you're doing them a favor.
Yeah, I mean, we're fulfilling a need.
The end justifies the means.
Look, what I do gets greatly exaggerated by the quote-unquote real press. I mean, we're just out there taking pictures, writing stories, you know, reporting on what the public deems newsworthy, nothing else.
So you feel justified in crashing people's weddings, chasing them in their cars, getting pictures of them when...
I get you, I get you're going at there, but it's not gonna happen.
Okay, so considering the complete definition of tabloid...
I gotta go, man.
Just one more question, Mr. Dan. One more, please.
Who are you guys, really? Fucking sales. I gotta go, guys. Take care.
We didn't know who we were, what we were doing, who had hired us. Yeah, I was surprised at how approachable Dan was. I mean, maybe I started to identify with him a little more than somebody who's trying to document and observe should. Not that that changed my methods, I think. But, you know, having done a couple of these now, I find it's almost like Stockholm Syndrome. The relationship between the documentary filmmaker and his subject, especially if it's a person. Maybe it's a little more like Florence Nightingale syndrome. But, no, wait, it's like the uncertainty principle. You cannot observe something without changing it.
Fucking douche. Dan was so condescending that first time out, man. I know as a filmmaker I'm supposed to be objective, but right off the bat, I didn't like the guy.
As soon as Dan opened up his mouth, I knew we were onto something big. He was the epitome of the delusional state a paparazzi has to live in.
On the first day, I decided to, catch Dan the second he came back out of his office. Really keep the pressure on.
Well, there he is. There he is. Yep, that's him. Let's go, people. Go, move it.
Sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to take you later.
I have a couple more questions for you, Mr. Dan. Is that okay?
If you following me around now, is that...
Oh my God,
Jesus,
I'm so
Jackie.
sorry. I'm sorry.
What is it with you people? Seriously.
I'm sorry, Mr. Dan.
It's over, man. No interview.
I thought we were off to a rough start, but, you can turn those little accidents to your advantage, and it put Dan on the defensive.
Yeah, when Jackie boinked him on the head, that's when it started to get fun. Yeah.
Spur of the moment the first time, but then we decided to do it again. I wanted Dan to know that we were going to be a permanent fixture. I mean, he got the idea, kept his head low, so most of the second day amounted to surveillance footage, but that night, that was a different story.
Go, go. Hey, Mr. Dan, we'd like to continue the interview, Mr. Dan. Funny guy, yeah. Give me the mic, thank you. Come on, next. Who's your friend, Mr. Dan? Hi.
My name is Cindy.
Hi. What's your name?
Cindy.
Cindy what?
Just Cindy. Are you guys making a movie?
Did you
I'm
just meet Mr. Dan tonight?
We go way back.
Way back. How far back? Maybe he's hot now. You're a beautiful girl. How old are you?
I can tell you between 14 and 24.
Well, tell me a little secret.
Sure.
Have you been drinking tonight? A little bit. Has Mr. Dan? Yeah, buddy.
A lot.
A lot? He's been drinking a lot. Do you feel comfortable with Mr. Dan driving while intoxicated?
Fucking lucky I have an audition tomorrow, bro. Or I kick your fucking ass. Shut up. Fucking get out of here.
The original intent, I felt, was a deconstruction of the whole patriarchal system that allows for the exploitative existence of the paparazzi in the first place. But it just goes to show you can't rein in the demon. The car chase thing was fun, and I was caught up in the moment too, but it was outside the nightclub when I first realized what we were doing. I mean, we were no better than Dant. We were becoming him.
And that wasn't obvious from the beginning.
Yeah, right. The medium is the message. And hindsight is 20/20, Marshall McLuhan.
Are you kidding me? That chick Dant was with was hot, man. I mean, that shit's why I'm all about success, because everybody wins. You know, and you can't believe that girl wasn't happy as hell just to be seen with Dant. Especially now. No, but I'm a cinematographer, and I wasn't about to stop shooting just because some dude gets in my way. That's what you got to do if you want to make it, man, and I should know. Check out the shades.
I knew what we were getting into. I mean, the whole hostile interview scenario. I've always said, if you want to get to the core of your subject matter, you've got to be prepared, patient, dedicated, and, if need be, relentless. I mean, sometimes merciless. I mean, I thought it was ironic, if not too predictable, that Dant, now on the other side of the camera, reacted the way that he did.
So, do you want an establishing shot of the house?
And we'll get it later.
You know, I can pan from the skyline to the door as it opens. It'd be
Dexter,
sweet.
stay on the door. Wait for it. And yes.
Come on, man. What is it with you people? Seriously, this is my home.
Good morning, Mr. Dant.
Good morning. Hey. Turn off the camera.
Don't touch the camera, man. I'm serious.
What's your name? Huh? I want all your names.
I'm Mark Pollard. I just want to ask you a few questions.
Questions? More like harass me.
I'm interested in your career as a paparazzi.
As a paparazzi? You don't even know what I do. Okay, get off my property before I call the
Mr. Dant,
cops.
I know that we got off on the wrong foot, okay?
That's
So
not
we're
where we
just-
started. That is where you took it.
Okay, you're right. But we are going to tell the story whether you help us or not. Now, don't gripe to me later if your side doesn't get told. Now, all I'm saying is that I want to include your point of view, and I want to get it right. So this is your chance.
Why didn't you say that in the first place?
Mr. Dant, I'm sorry for hitting you in the head with a boom.
Boom.
Yeah. You could have called me or something, man.
We try to capture our subjects in their natural habitat, so to speak. But you're probably right. Would you feel more comfortable with a traditional type of interview?
Like what?
A sit down. Your office, maybe. I ask the questions, you answer. Traditional.
This will be about my work?
Yes.
Nothing else.
Yes, this is purely an exploration into celebrity journalism. So, will you give us an interview?
Billy Dant, tabloid reporter and photographer, was not always the man he is today. Once upon a time, Billy Dant was not even Billy Dant. Born Peter Kenneth Ryan, he too had dreams of glory. Those dreams to become the world's greatest true crime author. Peter Kenneth Ryan's fascination with violent death and criminology was discovered in the forgotten stacks of old magazines and paperbacks in his latchkey home. He devoured every book, every article, and became more than just a devoted reader of the genre. Before long, he was consumed with the criminal mind. All things morbid, all things evil. His obsession led him to study investigative journalism and photography at the University of Connecticut. He quickly made himself known and earned a reputation as a talented young go-getter. Ryan, alias Dant, networked, met all the right people, and always managed to be in the right place at the right time. He was on the fast track to success. Through alumni connections, Ryan stepped off the graduation podium and into a highly coveted job at a major metropolitan newspaper. He started with minor assignments, but it wasn't long before Ryan made a name for himself. His scoop, Bribery on the Docks, done on his own time, his own way, won Ryan the coveted National Press Photographers Association Award and a New York Photojournalist Association tribute at the tender age of 22. With his very next story, Ryan's stock went through the roof. His in-depth Junkies in City Hall expose landed him the opportunity he had always dreamed of, a substantial advance to write his dream book, a concept the publisher had rejected just 1 year earlier. his sample chapter for the life and killings of the old leather man promised a book as revolutionary as Truman Capote's In Cold Blood. Yes, Peter Kenneth Ryan hit the point in his career where the world was his golden apple, ripe for the taking. But something in his character was about to spoil it all. Instead of taking a bite out of that apple, Ryan chose instead to become the worm inside it. Instead of writing and researching, Ryan/Dant spent his entire advance on 4 decadent months traveling the world with his then girlfriend. From Las Vegas to Mardi Gras to the Hawaiian Islands, it wasn't long before all of the advance money was spent. Piecing his book together at the last minute, Ryan plagiarized entire chapters from his collection of vintage true crime books and magazines. He fictionalized people, concocted interviews, fabricated evidence, and falsified reports, all to meet his deadline. In the end, Ryan's editor discovered the truth, but not before the book went to press, costing the publisher a small fortune. Now jobless and disgraced, word spread throughout the industry, and the name Peter Kenneth Ryan became synonymous with sleaze. But our tale doesn't end there, and neither does the sleaze. In his desperate decline into filth and debauchery, Peter Kenneth Ryan rejected everything that he had once held sacred. The last thing to go, his very identity. His journalistic integrity long gone, Ryan managed to pull himself out of the hole he had dug, legally changed his name to Billy Dant, and landed a job at a celebrity-stalking tabloid weekly. Dant, a new man, attacked his job with a zealousness never before seen, even in an industry notorious for its great lack of moral and ethical fiber. Billy Dant, formerly Peter Kenneth Ryan. A life with so much potential, gone down a road so wrong, it could do nothing less than rise up and slap him in the face.
So, will you give us an interview?
Will it get you off my back?
I promise.
Come on, Mark, is that it? What is it with this guerrilla filmmaking shit? I mean, it's so 90s, man.
Okay, well then we'll do it your way. Tell us where and when.
All right, I'll do it. Just turn off the fucking camera.
I was pushing all the right buttons. Told Dant the truth the way he wanted to hear it. I mean, even after we accosted him for 2 days running, all I had to do was offer him the limelight. You know, give him his own personal forum. Of course he was going to agree to the interview.
Oh, yeah, it was great, man. He's all like, shut that camera off. And I'm like, you touch my camera again, you're dead. You messing with my camera, you're messing with me. And I was going to get to shoot Dant like nothing ever happened before. You know what I mean? Like, what? What?
There was some conflict over the footage we'd shot. I thought it was coming together nicely, but after we showed our digital dailies to Madsen, he told us he wanted us to take it to the next level. I didn't feel good about the next level.
Yeah, Mikey gave us the big guns.
Madsen had hired a private detective. So from the beginning, we had a file about 2 inches thick on Dant.
Now, remember, at this point, Dant had no idea that this was Mr. Madsen's show. That poor man, he didn't stand a chance.
Dex, is the second camera locked off?
Yeah, we're good to go.
Okay. Are you ready, Mr. Dant?
Yeah. How's my lighting?
That's perfect. So, when did you first become interested in photojournalism?
One Christmas when I was 10, my father gave me his old Brownie.
What's a Brownie?
It's an old box camera. You had to look down into the viewfinder. Didn't really work, but it helped me with framing. You know, the basics of seeing, of looking through a lens.
And that was the beginning for you?
Yeah. Then I got an Instamatic, and I would run around the neighborhood taking pictures, getting people mad at me.
Why did they get mad at you?
I took pictures at inappropriate times, or at least they thought it was inappropriate.
How inappropriate?
I would, sneak in on my father and the John while they were shaving, or my mom while she was doing her hair. Little moments that weren't supposed to be preserved for posterity.
And you liked doing this?
Yeah, it was fun. You know, kid stuff.
getting people mad at you was fun.
Yeah, it was innocent. Like, like I said, kid stuff, really. It's no big deal.
So you began to feel like that camera gave you license to be anywhere.
No, not really. It was exciting. When I was 11 years old, I had an early picture of a burning house, printed in local newspaper.
And you took pride in that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But didn't you get into trouble for going where you weren't supposed to go?
Sometimes. But I didn't really care, It was like, I felt like a real roving reporter. If you're not looking for the news, you're not going to find it.
And all this was when you were still Peter Kenneth Ryan.
It's no secret that I changed my name. But I'm not going to talk about why. It's all behind me now.
Okay. So let's keep talking about your childhood. Peter Kenneth Ryan is somewhat legendary in his hometown. Does the name Agnes Ripplehorn mean anything to you?
Who?
Agnes Ripplehorn. She was a friend of your parents. You mowed her lawn. Her husband he owned the local grocery store.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. What about her?
As a teenager, weren't you caught taking inappropriate pictures of Mrs. Ripplehorn?
I wouldn't call them inappropriate. Every kid in town admired her. I just took some, really good pictures of her. She was a beautiful woman. I'm not your average housewife.
But didn't you take those pictures without her permission?
Who'd you hear this from?
I mean, as a matter of fact,
told you
weren't these pictures taken while she was in the privacy of her own home, behind closed doors? I mean, weren't you peeking through her windows, taking dirty pictures?
There were no dirty pictures. I took some pictures while she was hanging laundry. I mean, sure, she was wearing a nice light summer dress, and I may have favored certain angles, but I was a teenager. I mean, it was typical.
You mean these pictures?
Oh. Where'd you get these? I mean, these are beautiful, right?
The same place we got these.
I bet you like this one, don't you?
Is that your only response to these photographs?
The whole thing was blown way out of proportion. But if I did a background check on you, I bet you I'd find something a lot like that or worse.
So you did take those pictures?
You're regular Mike Wallace over there.
How much money did you get from your classmates for selling those pictures?
Yeah, I thought you were a documentary filmmaker, not an investigative reporter.
What do you consider yourself to be? A paparazzo? A voyeur? A stalker of celebrities?
I'm a photographer. A photojournalist. Okay, if celebrities want a private life, then they shouldn't become famous in the first place. It just kills me. I didn't create the system, but I'm smart enough to know that these celebrities wouldn't last 10 seconds without it. They all fight tooth and nail to make it. And on the way up, if they get their picture or mention in the back of some rag doing a bit part in some crappy play, then they're fucking beside themselves. But once they hit the big time, then they're all private and they don't owe anybody anything. Everything's changed. That's bullshit.
Is it true you're responsible for the death of your prom date, Sally
You wait a
Folsom, who
fucking
was
second.
killed while you were behind
No,
the
that is
wheel
not-
driving
You
intoxicated?
need to get your facts straight because that was an accident.
Hurry up, man. Go faster.
Hey, Pete, give me a hit off that. Look out!
Is it true that you were responsible for Sally
No, it is
Folson's
not.
death or not?
No, it's not.
Well, according to the police report, your alcohol
The
blood
interview is
level
over.
was way...
Mark, turn the camera off. You move your shit, man. The interview is over.
Okay.
Susan, security, get security in here, please.
I have motives to clear my name, get my career back on track. If you read something enough times, you start to believe it. It's that simple. Dance, yellow journalism infected my career.
It hurt us greatly. Flow of jobs reduced.
I mean, really, who wants to go into a theater and pay $8 to watch some guy who you think killed somebody?
Were we angry? Absolutely. Were we surprised? Not really.
I've known Michael since before he was born, and it's just not possible that this boy, this man I know, could ever have raised his hand to harm another person.
And I don't really know why they're going after Michael, except maybe they've seen too many of his movies. You know, they might think he really is a guy that could cut off some cop's ear and throw him in the trunk.
I think because I've played a lot of characters that are rather nefarious. I think maybe, you know, people sometimes think I'm really that way. They think I must be that guy.
Michael has been perfecting that persona of bad boy since he was 12. And it's just, you know, it's not... Michael and I really don't speak.
Revenge, that's one of my motives for sure. And I mean, really, what's wrong with that?
Why do you think Michael was acting that way? It was righteous indignation. He didn't feel ashamed, and his response was completely natural considering all the outrageousness of the bull that Dant wrote and the published. I think when anybody is attacked in the way that Michael has been in the press by Dant, I think most of us would do the same.
Today, nobody cares about the truth. Everything is spin.
They don't care who they take out. It's next week, it's another guy. They really don't care. They have to sell their newspapers.
I think the most important thing in life is to tell the truth and to be able to put your head on your pillow at night. Like Sam Peckinpah used to say, I want to enter my house justified. If you can walk through the door of your house and you know you've done your best and you know you've given the world your best shot, enter your house justified. I think Sam said it better than I could.
I know you mad because we both committed the same crime.
Oh, you asshole! Turn that thing off! I'm definitely gonna get you. Dexter!
I love you, Mrs. Ripplehorn. Make sweet, sweet, hot, buttery love.
That's what it's all about, that camaraderie, friends, making a documentary. I mean, we were friends, but I probably shouldn't be surprised that's changed now. I mean, Dexter...
You guys ready for this, huh? You ready? Oh.
Dexter, come on.
He's out.
Jackie, does your new Dexter have fresh batteries?
Yeah, just change them.
Dex, did you check the telephoto zoom? I don't want to find out the thing isn't working when we need it.
Man, worry about your job, Mark. Don't worry about mine.
I am.
Be nice.
Oh, she's coming out. Oh, ooh.
Okay, get the shot. Get the shot.
Oh, she's...
All right, settle down, Dexter.
She has red hair just like
Jackie,
you.
get the mic. Is the mic up?
The mic's up.
I'm so glad I woke up. I'm classy.
Oh, really?
Shh. So I didn't woke you up. Do you want some coffee or something?
No.
I gotta go take a shower. You wanna, What's that glare down there?
Are you guys seeing what I'm hearing?
What? What's
In that,
going on?
what
What's
is that
she
in that
saying?
van?
Oh, you.
I'm going in. I'm going in.
Dexter, wait.
Dexter!
Who's that?
Yourself out, Rachel.
What are you doing?
Mark, what did I say about coming to my house? Huh?
Just back off.
Huh? Pick up your camera, bitch.
Fucking
Are you
asshole.
crazy? I'm fucking filming you, dick. What the fuck's your fucking problem? Get out of here, right? You're gonna get hurt.
Come on.
Let your girlfriend you're all jacked up, huh? Let your girlfriend protect you. Madsen's gonna love this. Love it. Madsen? You're working for Madsen?
Ah,
Huh?
will you please?
It was Dexter who spilled the beans about Mr. Madsen. That whole baseball bat incident, it was absurd. Any doubts I had about this project were completely confirmed. That's when I should have gotten out.
What a dick, man.
But I didn't.
Look at Billy's car, man. It's like a girl car. Man, he's been in there all day.
Come out sometime.
Lunch.
About time, Billy. Take it. Can you believe that dickhead has a corner office?
I said
I don't think he's coming
egg
out.
salad, not tuna. What is this?
Back hair.
Well,
Stop.
you want tuna?
It stinks like you, no.
You're such an
Would you
asshole.
go back and get me the egg salad, please?
I am not going back.
back.
Wait,
I'm not
Jackie,
gonna go back
Jackie,
to get
Jackie.
you egg
Get
salad.
Will you go back and get me the egg
And can you also get me low carb bread?
Not that I rely on Nazi rationalizations or anything, but I really was only doing my job. And I admit, more now than then, so I'm not conveniently revising history or anything, but yeah. I knew we were crossing ethical lines. But I had to keep everything and everyone focused. And sometimes with a small crew like this, the lines get blurred, those guys forget. I'm the director.
Oh! I see the pussy's got a new camera. I'll bring my bat to work from now on.
Can't stop us, Mr. Dan.
Yeah, the restraining order's on its way. Thank you.
He does his own stunts.
Fuck you, motherfucker.
Camera, Dexter. Have a great day.
I mean, they're all pussies, man, pissing and moaning. They had no idea what I was talking about, you know, like being in the film, living the film, becoming the film. I mean, that's the road I was going down, man. You know, that's pure. That's what I believe in. And this was bigger than the holier-than-thou Jackie agenda or Mark's Intellectuals Only Club. You know, I say if you don't let the film take over, you're a fraud, man.
I see something.
What? I'm sorry, I fell asleep.
Wish that chick was still in there.
In your dreams.
Jealous.
Yeah, you wish.
This day's a bust. What if he never comes out to play again?
Mark, what are you doing?
What's going on?
I got a hotspot. I'm just checking email.
All right, well, it's your turn to get the food and
Okay,
the
what do you want?
wucha.
I'll go in. You guys just sit tight.
Fiji water,
Okay?
please.
Dex?
Some cupcakes, some and some sacco. I'm tired.
Okay.
Oh, and some orange juice.
What?
For breakfast.
Fine.
Vitamin C, right?
Right.
Mark. I checked my email. I got hotspot.
So, alone at last.
Through the hills up to the clouds, you'd see us holding hands. You'd see us riding down a future plan.
I wish we would have done this sooner.
Yeah, we've never been single at the same time.
Days are gone, it's time to pack and go. It's time to turn back on your radio.
The kiss? The kiss got blown way out of proportion. It hurts that Mark did that, especially since we've been friends for a really long time. I felt like he did that at my expense, even though I know he was just trying to get back at Dexter. I'm not embarrassed by it. But it was an invasion of my privacy, especially since all the shows and magazines made such a big deal out of it. It was nothing. Really. It was nothing.
It was a moment. I mean, that whole thing, you know. I mean, I don't know, Jackie could be condescending sometimes, but, well, she's a hottie, man, no doubt. I mean, I like her, I do. She's cool. Hey, man, she's doing great now after all this, and that makes me really happy.
Like so many things dealing with art and expression, you can never tell where things are going to go. You can never tell what path they're going to take. This is why I decided to include more of the Hollywood 3 than I originally intended. They became the story as much as Dad did. To quote my friend, Dexter Hilt, life imitates art and art imitates life. Billy Dant was imitating a celebrity. That's the norm, I guess, for a lot of the paparazzi. They think if they rub elbows enough with these people that it's gonna turn them into a celebrity, like through some kind of osmosis or something. Life imitates art. It almost seems written.
Get in, all right, Dexter, you in? Okay, Jackie, get in. Give me this.
Right.
Come on, give me the equipment now. Get the doors.
Okay.
Get the doors. Okay. All right. Dexter, keep tape rolling.
It is like I cut it.
Are you all right?
Okay, now get a
Yeah,
shot
I'm
of me.
okay, I'm
Get a shot
okay.
of me.
I
You
got
me?
you, Mark, I got
okay,
you.
now listen. First, this is what I want to do. I want to get this all on tape right now before we forget anything. I want an immediate document from all of us of what just happened.
You got him, Dex?
After yesterday, I thought he wouldn't have shown his face for a while.
I wonder who he's stalking. Dexter, what's happening?
What is he doing?
He's walking a limo driver, I think.
What?
Yeah, he's walking a limo.
This was not our fault.
Right.
Yeah.
This video document is to prove that. Now, okay, this is what happened. Okay, Dan, he gets out of his car to chase Paige Davis. We jump out of the van. We approach him. He sees us. He has a fit. He plows through us to get back to his car. He's upset because we're there. So he takes off in his car down the driveway and runs her over, right?
He's chatting up something. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What?
That,
What?
my friends, is a payoff.
Unbelievable.
Oh, this must be really big.
Stay sharp.
Stay sharp.
Dex.
He checked himself in the mirror.
Where's the driver going?
Payoff. Oh, he's going. He's going. He's going.
That's not what happened. Dexter got in Dan's way.
That is not what I saw. Dan is the one who hit her.
No, you weren't even looking that way.
We
I
all
was.
saw the same thing.
Yeah, but some of us had our eyes
Yeah, well, I had my lens on it, so everything you're both saying is all bullshit anyway. All I have to do is look at the tape. That's what people are gonna believe.
Isn't that Paige Davis?
I don't know. I can't tell. I think so.
Yeah, it's her.
Keep up, Dex. Come on.
Oh my God, nose job.
Please, how did you know that this Dave Mark be here
Shut up!
today at this clinic at this
Mark,
time?
get out of my face.
Can you tell me, is the limo driver one of the
assholes
regular
are messing with my money now.
Oh,
You
your money?
understand
How
that?
much money do you anticipate making off this, all right,
Put
all
the
right.
camera down.
Fine.
It's not
Dexter,
about the
put it
shot.
down. Put it down. Just
Shut
sit
the
over here.
fuck up! God damn it! I'm putting the camera down. Just relax. God damn it!
Don't you get it? We had an effect on the outcome.
Bullshit!
If we were never there, if we were never taping, none of this would have happened.
Of course it would have. Dan would have still been there. I mean, Paige Davis would have still come out of the
Whatever.
building.
Okay, Dan is going to tell the police it was our fault. Oh, no, this is Dan. Can you tell me, does this fit into your definition of journalism?
Mark, don't you have anything better
Driving?
to do? Do
No
something
driver?
else.
Oh,
Leave me
flying
alone.
your way? Please, take all the photos you want, Mr. Dan.
Shut up,
Mark. Now tell me, is it lurid and vulgar enough for you? Does this fit tabloid journalism? Is this your definition? I know what to do. Okay, the only way that we're going to guarantee that it'll be Dan's word against ours is to erase the tape.
What? Are you kidding me? This stuff is gold. Are you talking about erasing the tape? I mean,
How many times, seriously, how many times has someone been on the scene of a major accident with a major celebrity and gotten it all on tape?
Get out of the way! One more question. Can you tell me?
Fucking asshole!
Dexter, are you alright?
Yeah.
Oh my God, they just hit T.J.
Come on, this party's on.
Sorry. Oh shit, where the fuck are you? Where the fuck were you? What happened now? You want to help me, you fucking bitch? God damn it! What's somebody call 911?
We are giving the tape to the police.
No.
Are you guys fucking crazy? I mean, seriously, erase the tape, give it to the police. We can make a killing here, man. I mean, seriously, Abe Zapruder, for Christ's sake. Abe fucking Zapruder.
You think you're overstating it a little
That
bit?
is totally unadulterated exploitation.
No shit,
No,
Sherlock.
We're erasing the tape.
Here I was, coming out of a doctor's office. It was so silly. It happened, playing volleyball while vacationing with family. Suddenly, Billy Dant is all over me, and the next thing I know, I'm bounced off the hood of his car.
We argued about it for hours, but we kept going in circles. The only thing we could agree on was to stay hidden and keep the footage under wraps until a decision was reached. I should have known that something was fundamentally wrong with the universe when it was Dexter who came up with the idea to give it until morning and not make any rash decisions.
We were supposed to meet up, Jackie, Dexter, and I, the next morning, but Dexter never showed. And the next thing I know, the Paige Davis footage is all over the news, reports on the radio everywhere. My phone started ringing off the hook. Yeah, I thought Dexter had given everything to the press, you know, a quick buck. But then later I found out that he had given everything to Madsen. The first thing I did was call my lawyer.
After I got hit by Billy Dant, I got flowers from Michael. And, you know, he paid all my hospital bills. He came to visit, he told me the role he had played in this whole thing, and I told him it wasn't his fault. But he felt responsible, and he wanted to make things right. He was so nice and upfront about what he's trying to do, not just for himself, but for all of us. Celebrities, I mean.
I was all for, keeping it real. I mean, to me, the whole point of documenting something is so someone else can see it, So I don't know what they're complaining about. Not only was this the biggest story of the year, it was the most publicity any of us ever got. So I'm glad Michael released the footage to the press. It's like, go.
I think in the future, as much as for the roles he's played, Michael will be remembered for what he did for all of us in the public eye.
Welcome back to the 411 and TV Guide Channel's year-end look-back special. I'm Madison Michelle. Fireworks usually only come on the 4th of July, but the explosions started in May for Hollywood veteran Michael Madsen. That's when he turned the tables on celebrity scandal hound Billy Dant in his infamous Madsen the Murderer stories. Losing his day in court and the battle of public opinion, Madsen decided he had nothing left to lose by bringing the fight to Dant's doorstep, literally. Discovering the talent behind the award-winning Film Fest favorite Deadly Veneer, Madsen hired his own dream team of 3 tireless documentarians to fix their aim squarely on Billy Dant's life, loves, and troubles.
The result, the overnight celebrity of the trio, now known collectively as the Hollywood Three: Mark Pollard, Jackie Starks, and Dexter Hilt.
The dramatic turn of events that shot the 3, Madsen and Billy Dant, deep into scandal and superstardom?
On May 26, Paige Davis of the hit show Trading Spaces had more than a volleyball injury to contend with.
As seen in this now legendary footage, Dant's attempt to photograph Davis was undone by the Hollywood Three. That's when the crazed paparazzo used his car as a weapon to get his precious photo op. Dant was arrested, tried, and convicted of reckless endangerment and assault. In a case that defined swift just desserts, Dant was sentenced to 3 years in a correctional facility on August 22nd.
But this story was just getting started for the Hollywood Three. With the buzz surrounding Madsen's movie, working title Being Michael Madsen, and the resulting allegations of payola between the tabloids and the big studios, the press turned its gaze to the documentarians who put Dant behind bars. In a media frenzy of biblical proportions, the Hollywood Three became an overnight sensation. But it's Michael Madsen, the man who started it all, or should I say, finished it, who'll definitely have the last laugh.
In a 411 exclusive, TV Guide channel discovered that a rough-cut screening for industry A-listers kicked off an unprecedented bidding war between all the major studios. The winner is still undisclosed, but rumor has it that the final bid is the highest price ever paid to acquire an independent motion picture. Bootleg copies are already flooding the market, but even this small cloud has a silver lining for Madsen. The critical consensus?
Being Michael Madsen pushes the limits of documentary and independent filmmaking in an unprecedented exploration of what critics have now coined hyper-reality. And I quote, Madsen's genius film goes beyond all conventional boundaries to deconstruct cinematic artifice into a self-creating hyper-reality as the film itself becomes the film itself. I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds important.
All this acclaim amidst rumors that it was actually Madsen and his people who leaked the bootlegs. So just how many steps ahead of everybody else is Michael Madsen?
They say he's going to add footage to his film right up to the minute before the official release to chronicle its own publicity.
So I wonder if this will make me a movie star. For more of the 411, watch TV Guide channel's exclusive interview with Michael Madsen, followed by a rare interview with the reclusive Jackie Starks of the Hollywood Three.
I felt it was this big, complex thing. The Paige Davis footage. Should we destroy it, give it to the authorities, deliver it to Mr. Madsen? Turns out it wasn't complex at all. Dexter's betrayal showed us all how easy it is to become an overnight sensation.
It's hard for me to believe that I am famous. It's just not something that I think about at all. The obsession with the trivial that the public has, that's what's fascinating to me. And I just think, well, okay, if you want to take these pictures, but what is the value? What are you really seeing? It often makes me laugh.
Well, I want to be the next Tak Fujimoto. I want to be the next Roger Deakins, you know what I mean? I want to be the best. I'm not saying I'm the best, I'm still working on my craft, and I'm gonna get better and better, but people feel like now, because there's little digital cameras, they can make a freaking movie. It's like, you're a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? There's a lot to this.
There's a certain level, I think career-wise, that some of the fame has helped with, definitely. I just feel like fame, it's like whatever you're hungry for, you feed on, and whatever you feed on, you get hungry for, and more hungry for. I don't feed on it. I think there are plenty of people who do. I don't think it serves my work.
I'm not doing this to be famous, though. I don't mind it, but it's like, this is who I am.
Giving the Paige Davis footage to Madsen was definitely a brave thing to do. Yeah, brave, but stupid. We were fortunate to be able to become witnesses for the prosecution and have the charges against us dropped. You know, I have to admit, what irks me the most is being outsmarted by an idiot like Dexter.
Well, I've been accused of being loyal to a fault, you know? Maybe so, but all I know is Michael was paying the bills, not Mark and Jackie, you know? And I didn't have some scheme mapped out in my head, but when Mark said we had to destroy the footage, I was like, no way, man. But I didn't say that out loud. I felt it in my gut. And I owed it to Michael to deliver the goods. Wouldn't you?
No. I don't blame him. I wouldn't give that idiot the credit. Now, Dexter's all balls, no brains. He was just following orders, kissing up to Madsen. Madsen is the one who brought it all to the media.
I hate what we did to Billy Dant. And I hate what Dexter did to me. I don't even like being here right now talking to you. I mean, this is not how I envisioned my life. Fame? Fame is an illusion. What's worse, though, is infamy. I mean, yes, I have a career from all of this now, and I am grateful. But I will always be known as one of the Hollywood Three. I will never be known for my work, just who I am. And I don't even feel like I earned it. I was just in the wrong place at the right time.
I mean, come on, we all got what we wanted, man. I mean, Michael got me hired to shoot all the second unit stuff on his next studio movie, and after that, I'm DPing an indie feature financed by Lionsgate. Mark, he's doing a TV pilot, some reality show that's gonna be picked up for sure now that everybody knows his name. And Jackie, she's self-financing an Evils of the Media documentary with all the money she's raked in from her website, you know? And I don't understand e-commerce, but I know that 2 million hits a month is nothing to sneeze at. So, you know, like, hey, more power to her. So really, what do any of us have to complain about? I mean, we're lucky, man. We're all fucking rich and famous now, right?
We all got lucky. Lucky we didn't end up in a jail cell right next to Billy Dant.
Well, has your conviction, your time in prison, changed you at all?
Yeah, definitely. I won't be taking pictures or writing gossip when I get out. I'm writing a book now. I'm gonna tell the truth. See, a picture only shows one moment in time. That proves nothing. I'm gonna tell the whole story. Beginning, middle, end. Show every side. Give it all context. And God will open up the heavens and let the chips fall where they may. See, I will not only be vindicated, I will be triumphant. And all of those that have tried and still seek to hold me down, they will be proven wrong. See, they thought they were taking on a weakling, a man of no substance. See, though you seek to silence and shackle me, my words will rise above the lies that oppress us all. I will be the flame in the darkness. I will right the wrongs. W-R-I-T-E, right. My camera used to be my weapon of choice. Now the pen will be my sword. The truth will blaze across the page, igniting the minds of all that have the courage to read my words. The truth will burn into the hearts of America, starting a fire the likes of which had not been seen since Rome, quaking in fear at the coming of Christ, because my path is the path of righteousness itself. It's funny, I used to be on your side over there with the camera, but those days are done.
We know that because of pending litigation that we can't and you can't name your publication, but do you think that your magazine's decision to renounce Billy Dant had a bearing on his trial and further illustrates the inherent disloyalty in your profession?
No, I don't think that at all. We didn't renounce him, first of all. We canned his ass. His head had gotten way too big. Paige Davis, that was just icing on the cake. And the truth is that way before this whole scandal, this guy was losing it. He was losing it as a journalist as well as a man. And anybody who knew him before knew that he was way up on that slippery slope before he started calling himself Billy Dant.
And on the alleged link between tabloid journalism and the big studios, is it true that you received tips on locations and activities of celebrities?
Oh, that's some investigative reporting you got going there. Who hipped you to that? Listen, I'm not saying anything about that. Just know that one hand washes the other. You know what I mean?
And you don't feel any guilt over exploiting one of your former employees, Billy Dant?
No, I don't feel any guilt at all. In fact, if anything, I think it shows and proves exactly how fair we are. It shows how objective the is. Oops, I guess you're gonna have to bleep that. Listen, how many legitimate so-called news agencies out there would even acknowledge an association with a guy like Dant? We did. We owned up to it. It shows how fair we are. We go out for the truth, we find it, and we report it.
And now, for one last surprise.
Did you know Mr. Dant?
Oh, I knew Mr. Dant, yes. Or should I say he knew me? I was at the scene, you know, that bar on La Brea, and Mr. Dant heard me saying that I had met Mr. Madsen when I was working as an atmosphere artist on one of his films. So Mr. Dant came over and he was talking to me, and, you know, of course I was, thinking he's just trying to pick me up, but it never really went in that direction. So we would, talk sometimes and see each other around, and he'd call and, we'd grab coffee and talk. And at that point, things were really bad for me, money-wise. I was behind on rent and bills, and I owed people money who were nice enough to help me out, and I didn't know what to do. So my friend called, an old friend, and said that she could get me a factory job in Oklahoma where she was living, and that I could just live in her trailer with her. So I told Mr. Dant that I was gonna go, but I didn't even have money for bus fare, and, well, gave it to me. No strings attached, he said.
Was that all he gave you? Just enough for bus fare?
Oh, yes, that was all.
But I don't understand why you would leave all your belongings behind.
Well, I can't take them on the bus with me, silly.
Why so long for you to come forward?
You have to remember, I was in a trailer with no TV or anything. I mean, I had left without telling anyone because I was so ashamed and, you know, feeling like a loser because I hadn't made it in the movie business and owing all of those people all that money and they trusted me. And I was working really, really hard just trying to get ahead and, you know, get ahead so I could pay everybody back. You have no idea how shocked I was when I found out about Mr. Dant's trial and then I was supposed to be dead? I had to come back and make it right. I mean, I can only assume that Mr. Dant used my unfortunate circumstance to get back at Mr. Madsen, and I don't think that was a very nice thing to do. And as you can see, I'm alive as can be.
Is there anything else you might like to say?
Oh, I would just like to take this time to tell you that it was an honor and a pleasure to work on this documentary. And please tell Mr. Madsen that it was an honor and a pleasure to come and offer him all my help. And I hope he thinks about me when he does another film.
Some might say you were playing both ends against the middle.
No. No. No.
So you see, everyone wins, or should I say, everyone becomes a star. This is a good example, this whole thing that's happened to me, about letting the truth come out. And I think it was pretty creative. But now I just want to put it all behind me. I just want to be done with it. With all the problems that are in the world right now, I mean, does it really matter? I guess I just feel lucky. Blessed, really, to be in the business of making people happy.
When it was finally all over, you know, it was still all about, you know, Michael. You know, it's Michael world, you know? And I mean, I'm like, hello, who got the nomination?
What do I want on my tombstone? Well, I don't want them to write the guy from Reservoir Dogs.
And I would like you to please tell Mr. Madsen that I appreciate. Sorry.
Damn it! So close!
I want to do it.
Okay, I'm stuff you too.
I have to refer to my nose. Nobody knows what I'm talking about. I mean, they sort of know, but I know it's better. See, it works so much better now.
What's your take on show business?
On what?
On show business.
Children? They're little.
Good night. Let's get some beds in here. Can I do the whole thing in a bed? Give me a bed. Let's start from the beginning and reshoot the whole fucking thing in a bed.
Are you done?
Whatever that low-life Dant gets, he deserves.
Yeah, Dant.
Dant. Whatever that lowlife Dane gets. Sorry, man, I've got an itch on my taint.
You know, I think the rags, I think we call them, I guess they got their place because I know a lot of people are reading them. Without them, we wouldn't have had Men in Black. You know, all the stories about two-headed babies and creatures from outer space. And, you know, Michael is a creature from outer space, that's for sure.
I don't want any blue M&Ms on the set. I'm gonna leave. I want my dog in the shot. I want everyone to wear green shirts or I'm leaving. I want everyone to wear a turban. Everyone has to wear turbans tomorrow. But mine has a jewel.
Hang on, just a minute. Constantly with the texting. Okay. Oh, it's Harrison. He's texting me. Fuck off.
Well, there's a little joke this guy had on his answering machine. He said, "Ladies and gentlemen, a tale of wisdom. The devil and his friend were approaching a village. Up ahead, the devil's friend saw a villager pick up a piece of truth. And he looked at the devil and said, 'Did you see that?' 'I saw it,' the devil said. And he said, 'He just picked up a piece of truth. Isn't that bad for you?' And the devil said, 'Oh no, I'm going to help him organize it.' So we got religion.
And I don't know what kind of toilet paper Paul Newman uses, but that is the problem today. We know too much about that. Nobody knew whatever things that Gloria Swanson used or Betty Davis. It was the mystery of it all. You should be filming this.
The original intent, I felt, was a deconstruction of the whole patriarchal system that allows for exploitative existence of the paparazzi in the first place. What did I say, exploitative?
I'm not the type to get all starstruck, but, all right. I'm not the type to get all starstruck, but I have to admit, what the fuck?
The original intent, I felt, was a deconstruction of the whole patriarchal system that allows for exploitative existence of the... Fuck.
Giving the Paige Davis footage to Madsen was definitely a brave thing to do. Brave but stupid. We were fortunate. Sorry, this is crap.
The original intent, I felt, was a deconstruction of the whole patriarchal system that allows for fuck me.
Documentary, at the end of the day, documentary filmmaking hardly pays that. Fuck.
The original intent, I felt, was a deconstruction of the whole patriarchal system that allows for the exploitative existence. I feel like I'm on fucking bloopers.
And do you know when I walked in here? The first thing when I walked in for my interview was the huge Reservoir Dogs poster next to an Easy Rider poster. I mean, it's like, okay, it's a classic, we all know.
We got That's classic.
Words of wisdom, any gripes, anything?
Here's my words of wisdom.